Hey guys, it's Sarah, and it is well past day 5. Not really, it's like Sunday, but I forgot to film because I was running all day. Today was my first color model, and it took like, no joke, 5 hours. I had the appointment for 9:30, but she got there at 9:15. We did a consultation. We talked about like when was the last time she really liked her hair, what she's kind of looking for. We discussed if she wants to change or stay the same color, and then we had to get the formulation done with my teacher. So we like chose some Paul Mitchell colors that we wanted to find something similar in the Wella line that we have, because my teacher says that they come out like silkier and shinier. So that's what we did. We ended up mixing two colors, and I'll have pictures on my Instagram, and I'll link my Instagram to link my Instagram below. I'm sorry, it's only like 1 o'clock in the morning, but I'm exhausted. I just got home like half an hour ago. Can you hear it in my voice? I'm tired. But anyway, we ended up mixing to get like a nice violet red color, but with a lot like a dark. So in the sun, it kind of comes out like a coppery red, but when you look at it, it's like got a lot more violet in it. I don't know, it's really pretty. I don't have a picture of it finished, but I have like a before and a mid coat, like while it's got the coloring on it, and I'll have to get the after picture from her. Anyway, sorry, I've decided that I'm just not gonna look good in videos for a while. Like, I just can't do it. By the end of the day, I am just a hot mess. So anyway, I didn't realize how tired I was until I started talking. But she came in, and my teacher had to like okay it. Sorry if this like shakes. My teacher had to okay it, and then we went to the color dispensary, and that took a while. We ended up using 3 bowls, but one of them was a double, so the equivalent of 4 bowls of color for her hair. Started from the bottom. We did it like as a virgin application, which basically, so if I take a little subsection of hair, this one, okay, so it's like this, and you start like half an inch away from the hair, or I just followed like where her roots were growing in. You don't hit that. You start like here, and then you go down and paint it on, and then you leave out. You need to leave more out. If I were to like color my hair, you need to leave more out, because my ends are more porous, which just means that they can soak up like a sponge, like has pores, that kind of thing. So you like 2 to 3 inches of the bottom you leave out as well. Yeah, and then so like that happened all over her head, and then we came back through and we put it on her regrowth, on her roots. It's the same thing. And the reason why you don't put it up there is because your head. I'm sorry, I'm gonna like raise my camera a little bit. Your head is like hot. It like heat radiates off your head, so it processes like faster. It's like putting a blow dryer on color. I don't know if you ever like used a semi-permanent color or something, like a, what does it say, manic panic. It says to add heat, and it'll like help it a lot. Anyway, so you can't do this until the end, and then we pulled it through, and I like painted a little bit more on her ends and just like rubbed it all through, and it looks really cool. She had like multiple colors in her hair already just because of the way it faded, so some parts are like a little bit more purpley and some more red, but it blends really well. I really like it. So again, I'll try to get a picture of it. Sorry. But I'll put it on my Instagram. I'm so sorry for yawning. And I think as my previous video, someone asked me to talk about what demi-permanent is, so I'm just kind of gonna talk about what all of them are. I have my notebook with me. So a temporary hair color. It is basically, so its pigment, its color is like really big, and that was annoying. So the hair, I'm not gonna go like into super detail because like if you're going to school you'll learn about it, and if not then it's kind of boring. So the hair like looks like this, and the outside is the cuticle, and then the inside is the cortex, and then the very inside is the medulla. So the cuticle is on the outside, and the molecules of color for temporary just like sit on the outside, and they're really big. So it just coats the cuticle and gives like just a look, and then it will last like just from shampoo to shampoo. Unless your hair is really porous, then it'll kind of like soak it up a little bit more. But for the most part, it should wash out every time you use shampoo. It's really good for canceling out or neutralizing tones that you don't want in your hair. Or it like enhances the color that you do want. So that's what temporary is used for, and like what it is. Semi-permanent does not lift, meaning you like a lift is just like a change in color towards like I explained the range of color from 1 to 10. If you're like a 6, it won't make you a 7 because it won't like lift you. Does that make sense? It's really hard to explain without going into like proper terminology. Plus I just learned it, so I can't really explain it yet. So it has no lift. It only deposits, so it only puts the color in. It is a non-oxidation hair color. So it's not mixed with a developer, and it's supposed to last through several shampoos. Those are like your really bright colors. But those pigment molecules are smaller, so they get like tighter, and it's just all chemistry, I think that would be. So a demi-permanent, I don't know how to say it exactly, but you use a lower developer, and it's also a no lift deposit only color. It deepens or creates a change in tone of natural hair, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. I can kind of only explain the difference. It's really good for refreshing faded permanent color, like when you do a retouch in your roots or your regrowth, whatever, you do that with the permanent, and then your hair's kind of faded a little bit, but permanent color, and I'm just gonna say this, you cannot, like, a color cannot lift an artificial color. So if your hair has been dyed, colored, whatever you want to say, like a really dark color, you can't put a lighter color on top. You'd have to like bleach it to get the lift, to like make it lighter. So the demi-permanent will like refresh the ends and that kind of thing. It's really kind of hard to explain, but it is less alkaline, and so like on the pH scale from 0 to 6.9 it's acidic, and from 8 or 7.1 really to 14 it is alkaline, and then 7 is neutral. And it's like, again, that is definitely chemistry. So let me just like explain, I guess, what it's good for. It doesn't leave a line of demarcation, which basically is like as you color your hair and it fades, it like oh, you can tell where your hair is. Like my bleached hair, you can definitely like tell, but just imagine my hair's colored. Is this making any sense at all? I'm sorry for the person who commented if you're like watching this and it makes no sense. I'm really bad at explaining it, but I might make another video like talking about it. And it's great for a first-time color or clients that like to change like your hair frequently. But it doesn't cover gray, it just blends it. So, and it lasts 4 to 6 weeks, and so it's kind of like, I guess you could say it's between a semi-permanent, and permanent. I feel like that would make a pretty good explanation. Yeah, I think that's the best explanation. It's just kind of between. So it's not quite as permanent. Okay, so permanent, it can lighten and deposit in one process if the hair is virgin hair. Because again, color cannot lift an artificial color. So, It is more alkaline. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it remains in the hair shaft until new growth occurs. So, like, you start it, you color it up here. Then, as your hair grows, which is what this is all regrowth, then that's the line of demarcation where, like, this was up here, but now it's down here. Is that English? Does that make sense? It's used to match, lighten, or color gray. It, I don't know, besides like the chemistry stuff. Because of the hydrogen peroxide, that cuticle like opens and then the color can get in. So that's how like permanent color works. And I might yawn. So it simultaneously removes a natural pigment and replaces it with an artificial one. So does that make sense? Yeah, I might go into detail as I like learn more. But basically today I spent 5 hours coloring hair. We let it process for 35 minutes, rinsed it out, gave her a shampoo. We didn't really style it. We just, I did a power dry, which is just like blow drying it really fast to kind of mostly make it like 80% dry. And then sent her on her way. And just something like little cute to add. This girl was like, "Are you the one that drove that green minivan?" And I was like, "Yeah." So she was like, because when I went to lunch, there was a person dropped like in a white Dodge Dakota, and he like put something on your car. So I was like, that's weird, because that's what my boyfriend drives. So I went out there at like 3:50, and there was a card, and it was the cutest thing. I don't have it next to me or anything, but he like wrote me a note in the card, because I don't know if I've talked about this, but we have been dating since October. No, I'm sorry, officially dating since November, but we've known each other since October, and we have seen each other every day pretty much since we met, except for when I went on vacation and when he was away for work. So this is like really hard for us to not see each other every day because our schedules. I get off work, I get off of school and he goes into work like an hour before that. So he goes in at 3, I get off at 4. And it sucks so bad I don't ever get to see him. Because our schedules are just off. So he's like feeling really sad and I'm feeling really sad. So he wrote me a note and he's so sweet. But anyway, I've made this video long enough. I do have my kit filmed, and I tried to upload it last night, but my computer only lets me upload 15 minutes at a time, and it was like 15:02, and I can't edit it, like not really. I already edited it to the best of my ability, and it was still 15 minutes, so I'm gonna have to refilm that, and I don't know if that's gonna be tonight or not, because I don't know if I can take my voice being like this. It like hurts to talk. But actually, I might drink some water. I made this. Anyway, that is it. I love you, and thank you so much for watching. I hope I didn't confuse the heck out of you, and if you've made it this far, then thank you very much. You truly are, like, amazing. And, so yeah, I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday for sure, if I remember to film. And I'll just kind of tell you what's going on in my life. Thank you, I love you, and subscribe, please. Bye.